Hello and welcome to the MAC weather page for this Tuesday, January 24th. And I think there's a possibility we could see some winter weather advisories for northern lower Michigan into the UP as we get into tonight and Wednesday. I think for the rest of us, though, mainly a rain pattern moving in for later today. It could be mixed with snow in the northern MAC areas. And then I think we'll have a mixture of rain and snow across the north, rain to the south for late tonight into tomorrow. And then I think we'll change over to snow showers. And then it looks like pretty good opportunities for lake effect to move in here as we get into Thursday, right through the weekend. We'll have some upper level troughs that'll be moving through and good amounts of low level moisture. So conditions look pretty good if you're near the Great Lakes, that you could pick up several inches of snow here over the next 5 days. If we look at the next slide, you can see this is from Tupperville, Ontario. So I guess we might as well forget all about it. We got some pretty healthy looking dandelions, even some green grass. So winter's over and spring is on the way. Not. We got plenty of cold air coming in here as we get into the weekend. And then I think we're going to see an Arctic blast sometime late next week, but we'll keep an eye on that. If we look at the normals for the day, our normal high is 30, the normal low is 15. And if we look at the next screenshot, the warmest conditions and coldest conditions across the lower 48 on Monday, 87 degrees at Laredo, Texas. And once again, the overnight low, the coldest area was 9 below zero at Boulder, Wyoming. If we look at the conditions around the area yesterday, you can see mainly upper 30s and 40s, 45 degrees down at Jasper. Lansing picked up almost a quarter inch in rain. You can see we're quite a bit above normal still. And again, we'll see those level off and maybe drop just a little bit here as we round out the month of January. You can see current conditions this morning. Temperatures mainly in the upper 30s. We got lots of clouds. We've had a pretty good pattern of rain, especially across the very center part of the state, about a 40-mile wide area. And then that now has begun to shift to the east, but you can see precipitation amounts for the storm about a quarter inch to maybe a little less than that across the center part of the state. But again, a mild morning out there. And if you can see on radar, you can see that area of showers that was in the Great Lakes now moving off to the east slowly. And then we're going to watch our next weather maker, a pretty good winter storm for portions of the plains into the Corn Belt. And we'll show you that in just a minute. But you can see that precipitation coming this way, and it should be here by sometime tonight. And if we look at the national weather map, there's a low pressure system that's going to bring pretty heavy snow across, again, portions of the plains and Corn Belt. And I think right now portions of southern South Dakota and northern Nebraska into Iowa, southern Minnesota, looks like you can see about 6 to 10 inches of snow in some of those areas. Then that low pressure moves a little bit farther, it looks like, to the east in some of the models. And I think, again, as you get into central Michigan, don't be surprised to see maybe an inch or two here over the next 48 hours with heavier amounts as you get up towards Cadillac, Kalkaska, up in Traverse City area, over towards Gaylord and Grayling. And again, I think some of those areas could pick up potentially 4 more inches of snow. And again, that's why I think as you get into northern lower Michigan and UP, don't be surprised if later on today the National Weather Service issues some sort of advisories. If we look at the weather map again as we get into Thursday morning, that low just slowly moving across the southern part of the state. And again, it'll be scattered rain and snow showers through much of the day. And then the cold air comes in as high pressure moves in, and that's going to move across the Great Lakes, along with low level moisture being pretty plentiful. I think we'll see, again, plenty of snow shower activity develop. Over the next 48 hours, you can clearly see where the heaviest snow is going to be. This area of blue to light blue, that's going to be pretty much all snow. And you can see in some of these areas, we could see in excess of a foot of snow. Again, most of those areas are calling for 4 to 8 to 6 to 10 inches, but they all mention a little bit more. But again, don't be surprised if you hear some amounts around a foot or so as you get out into South Dakota and northern Nebraska, northwestern Iowa, and southern Minnesota. As far as how much snowfall, you can see the inset paints a lot of snow between 6 to 12 inches across that area we just talked about. And again, for northern lower Michigan here over the next 72 hours, next 3 days, you can see several inches of snow across the northern portions of the state, with traced to maybe an inch, maybe 2 inches in some areas across southwest lower Michigan. And as far as weather watch this morning, you can see the big area of winter storm warnings off to our west and winter weather advisories that surround that area. And again, as this activity moves to the east, don't be surprised if you see some advisories issued for parts of the state of Michigan. Thanks for stopping by and have a great day, and 73s to all.